As always, yoga is not like other sports. It's physically stupendous. It's wonderful. It does everything the human body and mind needs. The only way for you to unlock that, to get that all to work, is if you close the mouth and you breathe through the nose. You let all ego disappear out the door. Ego doesn't have to self-isolate. It can go wherever it wants, but it's not here right now. And so with those two factors, as we move, we get to enjoy a bit of body freedom, because that's what this develops. We also get to create shapes that are wonderful, that'll be brave. We're going to play with our crow today, maybe a bit of wheel. You're in the privacy of your own home. You do whatever feels good. From here, we're going to start the practice in tabletop position. Knees, feet, hands, all hip distance apart. Grip your mat, all 10 fingers spread. Grip with the knuckles. Now turn the biceps forward. Pull the shoulders down into the spine and push hard into the mat. Push with the feet, push with everything. My spine doesn't look like a rainbow, doesn't look like a hammock. It is nice and flat like a tabletop. Huge deep breaths, trying to press all your might into the mat. And again, if your breath has stopped already, if you've forgotten that, it's as simple as taking a huge inhale and a huge exhale. Now, on the next exhale, you're allowed to round the spine. Really press, push with the feet, come to your cat stretch. On a breath in, drop the belly, uncurl the shoulders, and now try to pull the shoulders back to look forward. We continue with that breath. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, this is your practice, so you go at your own pace. If I'm going too fast, if I'm saying inhale and exhale too quickly, you slow right down. I can't judge you, nobody can. Finding stillness once again. On your next inhale, raise the right arm high to the sky, like a big twist, but we're not passive. I'm pushing through my left hand, looking up to the right, reaching, pressing through the feet. Continue to breathe here. Imagine your fingertips hate each other. They're trying to get away from each other. Exhale, hand comes back to the mat. Inhale, left arm comes high. Reach tall. Look to that hand and press. You'll notice your hips trying to move to the left. Try pulling back above the knees. Create as much rotational strength as you can. Exhale, hands come down. I'm going to keep commenting about that breath. If you realize your mouth is open, if you're panting, then you close and you start again. Curl the toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. Start to pedal through the feet. Exhale, right heel reaches down. Inhale, center. Exhale, left heel to the mat. Continue with your breath. Meet downward facing dog. 10 knuckles gripping. Biceps forward, shoulders away from the ears. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, step right foot to the front, then the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, pull from the core, forward fold. Fingertips reach the mat. We don't need straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. So sweep the arms up, graceful as you can, to the sky. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Inhale, reach up again, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Fingertips to the mat. Halfway lift, breath in, big flat back. Exhale to plant the hands down, step back, right foot, left foot, high plank. Lower the knees, and as we tip forward, imagine you're trying to look out over the front of your mat. Squeeze the elbows in, all the way down, under control. Try even pause at a point you find most difficult. And we're down. On your breath in, shoulders come back, baby cobra. Pushing feet into the mat, squeezing your butt. Arms aren't doing anything. If they desperately need to do something, pull them back to lengthen your neck. And on your exhale, roll it back. Find your down dog. Big inhale, bend the knees. Exhale to step left foot forward. Right to follow, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, getting longer every time. Exhale, compressing, cutting yourself in half. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep up, grow tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Feet come together. We sit back into our chair. Toes touching, heels touching, knees touching, squeezing. If someone were to try pull your knees apart, they would have a real battle. Shoulders are back, spine is long, belly is tucked in. Keep lowering down, we're not staying still. Lower as close to the heels as you can. If the hands need to come forward, they can come forward. Try find that squat, knees keep touching. Wiggle the toes, and let's reverse that movement. Knees still squeezing. Build that fire, that tapas. And inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe feet apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or jump back, high plank. Top of the plank. If you can come down through your chaturanga without the elbows coming apart, then keep the knees lifted. If not, please lower them. Exhale, chaturanga. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, up dog, or maybe still baby cobra. Shoulders are back, chest is proud. We need to now downward facing dog. Find that breath again. Find stillness. And if your ribs like to poke out like mine, pull them back in. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze in. Tip the weight forward, protract the shoulders. Inhale, foot to sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the foot as close to the chest as possible before placing the foot between the hands. Pulling right leg back, left hip forward, create strength. Inhale, crescent lunge. Arms come high to the sky. Exhale, shoulders down into their sockets. Again, if the ribs like to show off, pull them in. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel your left hip start to speak. Bring the hands to heart center. We're going straight to our warrior three. Do not rush. Take the weight forward into the right leg. Slide the weight. Gently float that foot behind. And it's kicking through the back of the room, truly kicking. Shoulders back, eyes on one point. Let's reverse that movement. Quiet as a mouse. Place the foot. Inhale, arms come tall. Placing them on the mat. Before you just fly that foot back, try to press down. Take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg kicks high. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze in, pull the belly button in. Inhale, kick, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes in, protract, push the ground away, bring the knee forward. At the last moment, the foot places down. Left knee above left ankle, left thigh pulling backwards to engage hamstring. Reach up to our crescent lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, you're in the pose. Pull ribs in. Left foot sliding back. Right thigh moving forward. So you're square to the front. Ooh. Embrace the wobbles. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's find out warrior three. Tip the weight forward. Angle it forward. Quietly, gently lift that foot. Shoulders are back. Left knee can start bent to find stability. Then only do we start to straighten it. Drop the right hip so you're square to the floor, and slowly bring the foot back to the mat. Inhale, arms tall, grow on a breath in. Hands come down, protract. So push to lift the left foot. We're in our down dog. Inhale, slide forward, high plank. Lower the knees or full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Biggest, proudest of the poses. Exhale, down dog. If you're going to jump to the front of the mat, do not let your arms bend. Take your feet together, squeeze the knees like chair. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or float. Front of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Mountain pose, sweeping tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feet just wider than hips. We lower to our lifter's squat. So flat back, push the knees out, sitting back as low as you can with the spine being flat. The second you feel it bend, you've gone too low. Keep moving. If the hands need to move forward, move them forward. If they can reach high to the sky, hug an imaginary beach ball. We're down at our bottom, we're going to reverse that now. Slow as you can, work through the thighs, create that strength. Everything comes from strength. We're vertical once again. Inhale, feet beneath hips. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in. And if you're jumping back, try to land bottom of the plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze in. Pull the belly in like it's tightening in the core. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, but don't rush, don't jump it forward. Inhale, reach tall. Crescent lunge. Take the hands to heart center. Exhale, warrior three. We have 2 breaths here. Maybe trying to lengthen the standing leg. Always trying to drop the floating hip. Slowly lower the foot back to the mat. Inhale, sweep tall. Exhale, left hand forward, right arm back. We're in our arches twist. Arches lunge. Reach left hand forward, right arm back. Maybe take the right hand to the left thigh. Sweep, left arm tall. Take it towards a back bend, but don't just crumple. Reach high, really reach. And on your next exhale, windmill the hands, warrior two. Right hand forward, left arm back. Take a moment to check the hips. Back foot pointing slightly forward. And if you're wearing your shoulders like earrings, turn them to open the chest. And then just flip the palms. Breathe here. Imagine you're standing on a piece of ice that wants you to slide into the splits. So you have to squeeze back in. Take your final breath in. Windmill the hands to the inside of the right leg. We're going to lift the right foot, step it back, down dog. So lift the right foot, slow as you can. Take it to your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Don't rush, place the foot between the hands. Sweep the arms up, breath in. We're in our crescent lunge. Hands to center. Warrior three, breath out. Slide the foot. My left hip is far tighter, so I start with a bent knee, then only do I try and straighten. On your next inhale, place the foot down, sweep the arms up. Crescent lunge, try stay with me. I know we're probably flapping around. Taking right arm forward, left arm back. Arches twist. Now again, if you're wobbling about, reach the fingers even more. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Look back. And if you want, take your left hand to the back of the right thigh. Sweep right arm up. Big tall twist. This hand is reaching. The hips still dropping. Final breath in. Exhale. Windmill left hand forward. Warrior two. Find that balance, and again, shoulders away from ears. Flip the whole arm upside down. Just turn the hands back. Find that depth. Squeeze the inner thighs. Use the adductors. And on your next breath out, windmill the hands to the inside of the left leg. Lift that left foot. Go back. Find your down dog. Inhale, slide forward, high plank. Lower the knees or chaturanga. Up dog. Big, powerful. Spread the chest. Downward facing dog. If you're jumping forward, remember, squeeze the knees. Try to find that moment, that eureka moment of float. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Step the feet almost wider than the mat, Malasana. Bring the hands together. Sit back deep into your squat. This is your yogi squat. So those of you who are on the very flexible side of this Sunday can drop super low, can start to push one knee out, then the second. Those on the less flexible side can reach their hands forward. If your heels are up, try plant them down. Reach forward. Feel a big opening through the outsides of the hips. Probably feel a big opening everywhere. The more time you can spend in a squat, the better. And from here, plant the hands. If you're comfy in a squat, stay there. If the toes need to come up, that's fine. We move to our crow, Bakasana. Guys, try to listen to the words. Do not rush. Don't jump the feet up. And if you have already nailed crow, if you've ticked that off your list, please listen to this so that we can start to progress from it. We have 3 rounds, 5 breaths. Bring the hands down, plant them down. Come up onto the toes. And I mean right up onto the toes. Like you're giving yourself a calf workout. Feel how that's relaxed. And look how high the knees come. Squeeze the elbows in. Squeeze the knees into the upper arms. Tip the weight forward by coming even higher on the toes. The countdown has started. We have 5 breaths. If you want to lift one toe to the bum, point it, but keep squeezing. Maybe you want to swap to the other toe. 2 more breaths. And sit back in to the squat. If you need to place the backs of the hands down, please do. Breathe here. I can even see in the screen already I've turned pink because I wasn't breathing. This time, if you want to take both feet up, remember, don't rush, don't jump the feet, float them up. So plant the hands, squeeze elbows in, come up onto the toes, take the weight forward. One toe comes up, maybe the second, and everything's squeezing. If you're wearing shorts and you can feel the sweat making you slip, it means you're cultivating more strength. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And lower down. Backs of the hands come down. 3 options now. You can stay in your squat. Just enjoy the squat. Second, you continue with that strength gaining. Or third, we're going to look to do a couple drills and then we're going to jump it back. Whatever happens, we all step or jump back. Chaturanga, up dog, meet in down dog. So, planting the hands. Squeeze elbows in. Up high onto the toes. Take the knees right to the back of the arms. Float the toes. And we just start to dot one toe down. Then the other. We have 3 on each. Boom. There's 2. There's 3. And if you're jumping back, Squeeze the elbows. All moving to up dog, meeting downward facing dog. We have 5 breaths in down dog. If you want to take your child's pose, please take it. Or finally, if you want to take 2 little jumps, bunny hops into your handstands, you can bring the feet together, bend the knees, and try and stack the hips and the toes above the shoulders. Final one, we meet in down dog. All coming back to down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze in. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, place the foot between the hands. If your brick isn't right near the front of your mat, please take it there now. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center, warrior 3. Reaching right hand down to the floor, to your brick, wherever. Sweep left arm up. We're coming to our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Wherever you are, that floating leg is tall. Good. Reach the hand high. And finally, if we're big and strong, you can think about floating the bottom hand. Placing the hand back down, we slowly return warrior 3, flattening out the hips. Lower the foot to the mat. Sweep arms high, crescent lunge. Bring hands to heart center. Pivot the weight forward. Take a twist to the right, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Still dropping hips. Now look at your floating elbow. We're really far into that twist. Squeezing the inner thighs, using your obliques. Take a final breath in. On an exhale, windmill warrior 2. Bring hands to heart center. Straighten both legs. Bending your back knee, Skandasana. So I'm not rushing. My heel never lifts. I'm pointing my right toes. You don't have to. We come as low as we can. Always under control. If we want to do a little test to see if we're in control, we can inhale to extend the back leg. Exhale, back down. Going to come as low as you can, sliding to your lizard pose. Place your hands on the inside of the right leg, turning the feet forwards. We can step back, or we can prep for a little bit of an arm balance. Those of you who want to do your Kundalini at home, please do. I'm just going to prep the first little bit. Press into the ground, come up onto your right toes, squeeze the right knee into the upper arm, maybe lift the right foot, bend the elbows. And from here, you can choose how you want to do it. I'm going to step the feet back. Inhale to up dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths in down dog. We all meet here. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Then place the foot down. Remember, brick stays close. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 3. Once we're in that warrior 3, you can think about taking left hand down, opening the hips, raise your right hand tall. Once you've found that position, reach even taller, kick the floating leg, and then maybe find a point of balance. Square the hips off, Bring hands back to heart center. Place the foot down to the ground. Inhale, sweeping arms tall. Exhale, hands come to the middle. Charge the weight forward on a breath in. Now use your core. Exhale to twist. Then only do you hook the elbow. As you can see, my hands are underneath my left armpit. If I charge the weight further and then twist, they come to my heart. That's what we're looking for. Breathe here. Enjoy that twist. Enjoy in big inverted commas. And from here, on our next exhale, windmill the hands across. We're in our warrior two. I'm going to quickly switch direction. Straighten the front leg. Hands to heart center. Bend your back leg. It's your right leg that is bent. Take it lower and lower. Look at the angle of the knee. It's out over the foot. It's not caving in. My heel is planted. This is where I feel strong today. Back is flat. Let's give it a go. Inhale to extend. Under control. Exhale, lower back down. Both quads engaged to protect. From here, we're going to slide the hands to the inside of the left leg. I'm going to swap it back. Planting the hands down. I'm going to look for that exact same as I described. If you did Kundalini on the other side, I will show that now in a transition. Press with the shoulders, lift the heel, squeeze the knee in, raise the foot, point the toe back, bend the elbows, take the weight forward, and by taking the weight forward, the foot can float. Then we step it back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We have 5 breaths in our down dog. Again, you can choose your child's pose, or you could take 2 little bunny hops. If you're near a wall, use that. We're going to meet in our down dog. Lower the knees to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Sit up nice and tall. This t-shirt is just desperate to be a crop top. We move to our camel pose. Press down through the tops of the feet. Shoulders come back. And from here, press through the feet to extend the hips forward. Pinch the elbows back. Extend the eyes. Extend the jaw. Breathe through here. Slowly return to vertical. Plant the hands, curl the toes under. We are in our Malasana, our yogi squat. We have another chance to play with the crow. We have 5 breaths here in total. So those who want to hold their crow, please do. Those who just want to practice building a bit of strength, building a bit of flow. I'm going to take my hands down and I'm going to exhale to try just tip into it. Not holding, 1 breath coming back. Main key, weight doesn't sit on the heel of your hand. Weight needs to move through to the fingers and the knuckles. 5 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Come up onto the toes. Plant the hands. Maybe just take the weight in. Maybe lift the toes. Inhale back. Exhale. Push even harder for 2. Inhale back. We go 3 more. Inhale. Last 2. Inhaling. Final 1. Inhale. Beautiful work. We're going to meet in our down dog. But first, let's take a forward fold to release that. Press into the ground. Extend the legs. Grab hold of your opposing elbows. And if possible, drop the head. Hang them above the head. Now try pull your elbows apart. We're in our ragdoll, but you're actively trying to pull the elbows apart. It's going to open through the upper spine and start to rock and roll left and right, flowing in the wind. Really, really nice. We take 2 more breaths. And hands come to the mat. Walk them to the front. We are in our downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Left heel relaxing. Right heel trying to kick you in the opposite glute. Dropping your right shoulder. And on the exhale, trying to land the right foot on the outside of the right hand, but slow. Lift it as high as you can. Use the glute. Place the foot outside of the right hand. Inhale, right arm comes high. We're in this big, easy twist. Squeeze the inner thighs. And on your next breath out, right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Flatten out the left heel. Sweep left arm high. Breathe here. We call this the more difficult twist, almost an extended side angle. From here, we're going to raise up into our warrior 2. So lower body's like iron, it's not budging. Start to lift onto the fingertips, dropping the hips even more. We're into our warrior 2, right arm forward. Flip the front palm. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Keep reaching. Maybe you hook the left hand. We're going to undo that movement. Extend left arm behind. Right hand comes to the floor. From here, place left hand. We move to wild thing. Lift right leg. Stack the hips. Don't just drop the foot. Right hand gets light. Finally, we plant the foot. Turn the feet to the back. Sweep the arms up. Push hard through the hips and your standing hand. Try to reach for the floor. We are going to step this back slow as we can, chaturanga. Can the foot float? Can we turn to face the mat? Plant the hand. Go through your flow. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Left shoulder still pushing down. Right heel pressing down. On your breath out, bring the left hip around, high as you can, like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Place the foot on the outside of the left hand. Sweep the right arm up, easy twist. Right shoulder pushing down. Left arm reaching up. Place your left hand inside of the left foot. Flatten out your back heel. Inhale to sweep right arm high. Still having to push into the ground to drop the hips. Let's raise it to warrior 2. Slowly bringing it up. Legs not budging, hips still dropping. We're in the pose. Flip the front palm, inhale forwards. Exhale, reverse. Huge deep breaths. Maybe you want to hook that hand around the leg. And from here, release the back hand. Plant left hand down. Right hand, wild thing. Lift the left foot up and over. Do not rush. Open the hip. Slide onto the outside of the right foot. Raise the right hand. Foot lands. And we call this a dancer's wheel. You're right on that back toe. Reach the arm over. And then to come back round, slowly reach the arm high. Lift the foot. Slow as you can. Go through your chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee comes to right elbow. Not to the outside, to the back of the elbow. Can you lower it to the wrist? Can you raise it to the elbow? Can you take your right foot to your left wrist? Lower down. We're in our half pigeon. Instead of just lowering down, don't pull your right foot forward. Walk your left foot back. So many options here. I recommend having my brick very close. For most, putting the brick underneath the hip is incredibly smart if you're going to follow for this bind. However, if you're ready to relax down, be my guest. If you want to make this a little bit more spicy, undo all that time sat down, roll shoulders back, squeeze the foot to the bum, almost sliding your left knee forward. Inhale, right, left arm comes up and round. Grab for the inside of the foot. So my thumb is up. Pressing into the ground. And again, use that brick to plant yourself so you're balanced. You can enjoy this quad opener, or you can start to take the foot in towards the elbow. Next step, not just reaching back. Reach forward. Big, beautiful. And then maybe right hand comes behind the head to take it to your mermaid. Again, in mermaid, you're still kicking left foot back, turning to face the front, and try to take that grip as low as you can. Releasing the foot. If you're still low down, lift yourself high, remove your brick. We're going to step back to our down dog, but can you still keep moving slow? Lift the body, lift the knee, moving back. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to elbow. Knee to wrist. To elbow. Left foot to right wrist. Lower it on down. Walking your right foot back. Again, any pain through the knee, that's a big no-no. Pain through the hip, we want that stretch. And if you see, I'm not flopping onto my side, everything is big and straight. You can use that brick. It'll make a lot more sense on this side. Because if I grab my back foot, my body wants to tip. So using that brick, make yourself long. Squeeze right toe into bum. If it stops here, then slide right hip forward. Squeeze in even more. Inhale, right arm up and round. Reach for the inside of the foot. Be happy here, this is intense. Now, if you've got a little bit more in the tank, squeeze the foot into the bum. Find that crease of the elbow. Use that brick. Reach, left arm high. Spine is long. Take that bind. Turn your left shoulder forward, like you're trying to face the front of the room. Mermaid pose. What a beautiful name. Let's reverse that movement. Place the foot down. Maybe lift yourself up. From here, we're going to swing the right leg around till it faces in front. We're going to swap that. Take your right foot up and over. If this is enough, stay here. If you've got a bit more, you can take left foot across. We're in our double pigeon. We want as little space as possible between the knees and anywhere. So if you're floating up like this, Please use your bricks, whatever you can. Find this really big external rotation. This pose is magical because we can use it in everyday life. You can think about tipping backwards to stretch through the outsides of the hips, or maybe leaning forwards. Gets a bit more through the IT band and the lower spine. 2 more breaths here. Release the legs. Give them a shake. And from here, left leg goes under. Left leg goes over. You can start to think about that pressure, or if you've got more space, tuck the right foot under. And I can feel instantly that there's space there, which I don't want, so I can support myself. Because this can be very tender on the knees. Runners, dancers, even cyclists, tight through the IT band, this is for you. And again, you can do it whenever you want. We got a lot of time to sit down, catch up on Neighbours, Game of Thrones, whatever series you want, whatever else you have to do right now. But again, from here, to loosen the body, we inhale to create space. We exhale to maybe move into that space. Extending the legs out in front, give them a little shake once more. We're going to lower down to the mat. Try not rush it. As you lower down, there's always that biting point where the body wants to flop. Can you keep squeezing? Can you keep holding? Once you find that biting point, can you try lift again? And then place it all the way down. 2 back bends. If you want to go straight for your wheel, it is there for you. If you're not quite ready yet, tuck your tailbone under. Spine is long, bum is strong. Lift all the way up. Again, we're not hyperextending. Lift to a straight line. You can interlock fingers behind to raise even more. But again, if the ribs poke out, pull them back in and press up from the hips. So push from the heels. I'm going to lower down now, 1 vertebra at a time. Second back bend, you can do the exact same thing. You can support yourself, or we can go for that wheel. Bring the hands down behind you. Elbows pointing up. And in one big movement, inhale to extend the hips and push with the arms. From here, you're pushing your chest forward and looking down to the floor. The more you push, the more we open. Let's take 2 more breaths here. You can enjoy that. When coming down, tuck the chin, bend the elbows. Try to not lower the top of your head. From here, extend the body long. You are in your Shavasana.